Hey guys, Alan here with EatSleepTrade.net. I hope everybody's having a good weekend and a good start to the new year. I hope you guys had a good Christmas with your family and a good new year as well. So we're going to kick it off with the first watch list coming into 2015. So very excited. Very excited to get this year going and get some good trades. So first on the list, been on for a while. Great play we've already had in it is LTS. Right now we are flagging for a second run up, hopefully to put in some new highs. As you guys can see here, the flag that we have there created. And the key to this chart right now is really staying above this 50-day simple moving average. As you guys can see, we came down and tested that. So we want to stay above that 50-day. If you have a position in this right now, don't be afraid to stop out at or right below this 50-day and possibly wait for a larger pullback and for this thing to settle a little bit before it starts heading back up. So don't be afraid to sell at your stop and rebuy a little bit lower for your break. You guys don't want to get stuck in this and be praying or hoping that it's going to go higher. Okay, so take out the emotion. Let's get out below this 50 simple moving average, and we can always look to get back in if we do pick up strength if this does not hold coming into Monday. All right. Next up is going to be COWN. Had a pretty eventful day on Friday. Ended up coming up to a new 52-week high up here around 483. Got a little bit higher than that with a high of 484. So not much higher, but definitely have a bearish setup right here. So be on watch for a pullback on this one, and look for a entry point, maybe with a 2 or 3 day pullback, and see if we can't get another attempt at breaking this high. Okay. And next we have ATRS. Another great one. We had a good play right off this yellow line here for support. Ripped up nice, didn't quite make it to our 283. But still had a nice play on it, and now we've started to have a little pullback. Same thing, got a nice flag forming, and we are looking to bounce off the 200-day simple moving average on this one, just so you guys can see close up. You can see a few times we've tested it, so you're getting some nice support down in this area, and are going to look to break up on some new highs on this one. Keep an eye onto that coming into Monday, and look for some breaks above the high on this day. Something above 270, 275 is what we're looking for on that one. Next up on the list is going to be CSG. Great stock. We were waiting for this guy to be able to close above 825. As you can see, it was tried multiple times and was never really quite capable of getting all the way above it. On the 31st, we had a pretty big sell-off right down to the 200 where it caught itself, and then the next following day had a nice rip up and ended up closing strong. So our MACD just crossed above our signal line, and going to be looking for a continuation breakout on the break above 825 here. So keep an eye on that and look for a position if we show anything stronger. If we get a gap up and some green, some volume coming in the morning, look to get a position on there. Next up, DHT. Great stock, got the breakout above 742, which is the number I called we were looking for. Unfortunately, I did have a position in this, but I did have my stop at the low of day here at 725, and we happened to go to 724. So I ended up coming down, getting stopped out, and then had about a 5 or 6% up on the day after that. So no big deal. Another one of those where it's better just to stick to your plan look for a new entry if you get it. If you guys did get the buy on this above here, then you're looking pretty good right now. So we'll keep an eye on this into next week and see if we don't get up to this 802 range, $8 range, and see what happens up in that area. If we break through, or if that's going to become some heavy resistance. Next up, LSCC. We're looking at this guy here who was trading in this lower channel. And we started to get a break out of this lower channel and started entering up into this upper channel, which is what we wanted to see. Haven't taken a position on this yet. Just doesn't really seem quite strong enough for me, but it's definitely getting there. The MACD is still above, so that's a good sign. And we're looking in between the 250-day simple moving average right now. So be ready for those two to cross back over each other. We want to see that 50-day above the 200-day, and that could signify a lot of strength right there if we get that crossover. The RSI is not overbought yet, so still have room to try to recover this big sell-off coming into next week. So keep your eyes on it. We're looking to stay above this 691 range with some green candles and possibly take an entry. Our next test area is going to be right here at the 200-day simple moving average. So if we test that, break it, it's definitely going to show some continued strength. So if we come in on Monday with a green candle and start getting a push up, definitely buying opportunity there for this one. All right, next on the list, AMKR. We're looking for this guy here to break this blue line, the downtrend that we have. We just broke above our 50-day simple moving average, which is a good sign. Next thing we need to do is break our resistance along with this downtrend right here. Try to establish a new resistance area up here for the pullback and break that. So keep a watch on this. Look for the watch on the downtrend break and on this area of resistance around looks like 720, 727, around that area. So look for the break above that and the hold above the 50-day, and see if we can't get some buying opportunity into that and make our way back up to this 200-day simple moving average. All right, next on the list, a new one that we are adding for the week, and that is going to be IDRA. Super good chart setup. Wish I would have seen the setup right here on the break above 445, but that's okay. It's not too late to get in. It's just crossed above the MACD. We're just getting up to the power zone or the overbought zone on the RSI, so definitely gives us range to move. We've got an area of resistance right here at the 542, and we've got an area of resistance up here around 673. If you guys can see, the crossover on the 50-day just happened. So the 50-day just crossed over the 200-day. We recently just broke the 200-day as well after being under it for quite some time. So lots of good things coming into this stock here. Look for more volume to pour in on Monday and start making some breaks higher on this one. Next up, CTSO. Pretty interesting stock here. Just got newly uplisted, I believe. So we're going to be looking for anything above this $11 range for strength and a possible push higher. So one of two things, this could either start coming down lower to this 950 range down here, or if we start seeing a break above 11, we could start getting some climbing and moving up higher. And though these candles look small and they don't look like they're that major, this thing moves pretty good. You know, you're talking down here a low of 849 and a high of 990. So you have more than $1 worth of range in one of these candles. So lots of potential to move here. A newly uplisted stock, something we want to watch. Anything above 11, we're going to try to take a position on that and see if we can't get up to the 1250 range on the high day here. Alright, and last but not least for the week is CLNE, and we are going to be looking at, let's get this over here. Here we go. Alright, so we're going to be looking for a break above this 543 range. This is going to be a bottom bounce play here. So we're looking to catch this thing off the bottom. You can see here's our bottom. We came up, found our resistance, pulled back, starting to turn green now. So we're looking to get a position on this, break our 543, and our next area is going to be right here between the 50-day and this 614 area of resistance. So looking for a trend reversal and a bottom bounce play off this downtrend here. So you can see we still got to come up and break this downtrend. But if we break the resistance, this downtrend at the same time, could show some good strength, especially if we're able to make it through the 50-day and this next area of resistance. Lots of room to move right here. So on watching the next week, look for the break above the trend and above this 543. Alright guys, that's going to wrap it up for this video. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for future videos. Also, check out my website, eatsleeptrade.net. From there, you can follow me on Twitter and stay up to date on all the stocks I'm watching and trading. Also, I've got the forums going on there where I'm constantly giving out alerts and chart updates. One of the alerts for last week was AEMD, and while the alert wasn't posted right first thing in the morning, the alert was posted right here around 0.31 when the stock was about 18% up, and after that continued to run all the way to 40%. So a good call from the forums that you guys could have got a piece of. So don't forget to check those out, and we will see you guys in the next video. Thank you.